Good evening and welcome to Fashion Doll TV, where we introduce you to dolls that have just arrived in Juju or reintroduce you to old friends in Juju that you may want to get to know better. I am your host, Eve Winters, and here with me today is Integrity's new face doll, Zuri Okoty, an unapologetically iconic club owner of Sparkles, who we finally convinced to be our guest after acquiring so many of her wigs. Also today we have Rochelle and Mikka, who are some of AliExpress's new lineup of affordable fashion dolls. Zuri, you've become a fast icon in Juju. Please tell our viewers, who exactly is Zuri Okoty?
Well, I'm a girl who was told to tone it down, so I turned it up. I come from a place where being different wasn't always celebrated, but I knew early on that my power lived in what made me stand out, not fit in. Everyone out there needs to know it's okay to love what makes them different. If I can be that mirror for even one doll, if they look at me and think, she didn't change to be accepted, she owned it, then I've done my job.
Incredible. And now you're the visionary behind Sparkles, the hottest club in the city?
That's right. Sparkles isn't just a club, it's a statement. It's where dreamers, misfits, and magic makers come to shine. The tagline says it all that glitters is gold. That means you, too.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for bringing light and joy to Juju. Next up, we have someone who's proving that brains and beauty aren't mutually exclusive. Please welcome the quietly powerful, brilliantly accomplished Mikka. You were discovered at a mall as a teen, right?
Hi, Eve. Thank you for having me. Yes, I was shopping with my mom and a talent scout just walked up to me. I thought it was a prank. Modeling opened doors, but science was always my passion. I love making products that help people feel confident in their own skin, so that's why I continue to work with Procter & Gamble in skincare innovation. But I also love seeing how creativity and intelligence can coexist in the same space, and that's why I'll be walking the runway here in Juju.
We're honored to have you. Quiet power, loud impact, Mikka everyone, and now model, personal chef, lifestyle coach, and all-around force of nature. Please welcome Rochelle. Rochelle, you have a very Grace Jones-like energy. I hear your story into modeling is just as bold.
Let's just say, the world didn't find me. I walked into the room and owned it. They didn't know they needed Rochelle until I showed up. Power. Precision. Presence. I'm not here to blend in. I'm here to rewrite the rules. You see, wellness is power. I train clients to look as good as they feel and to feel like they can conquer any space they walk into. Basically, to be me and approach life like me. Model today. Mogul tomorrow.
Wow, those are quite powerful words. We'll let the Empress of Juju take it from here.
Let's take a look at the head shapes of these three fashion dolls. Now all three of them, Zuri Okoty, Barbie Basics, and the AliExpress fashion doll, have a head circumference of 10 centimeters. But here's what really matters. While the circumference is the same, the vertical depth and the back shape of the skulls are completely different. For example, Barbie Basics has a beautifully shaped skull, perfectly round in the back. This is the kind of head where if you have to shave your hair, you'd feel okay about it because it's so evenly shaped. Now let's talk about Zuri Okoty. Her head is noticeably flat in the back, kind of like a newborn's. That flatness changes everything when it comes to wig fit. Originally, I thought Zuri's wig stayed on better because of the flocking, but that's not the case. She actually comes with a silicone wig cap to protect the flocking, so that's not what's holding the wig in place. What's really going on is the flatness at the back of Zuri's head reduces the vertical size of her skull, so the wig sits lower and more securely. When I try that same wig, the curly brunette one, on Barbie Basics, it immediately starts lifting and sliding off. Her round head pushes the wig up and away. The AliExpress fashion doll has a similar issue. Her head is a bit flatter than Barbie's, but still rounded enough that the wig won't stay down without help. And just to be clear, this issue only seems to happen with Zuri's curly brunette wig. All the other wigs I've tested so far have fit all three dolls just fine with no pins, no slipping. But this one, I'll definitely need to use pins to secure it on Barbie and the AliExpress doll. One last thing. Zuri Okoty's head is hard as a rock. Unlike the other two dolls, I can't use any kind of pins to secure wigs in place. Now, I probably won't need to because her head is smaller and flatter, and the wigs tend to grip better on her flocking. The only issue I might run into is because her head is smaller, the wig could shift more or even fall off, and now I don't have a real way to secure it like I do with the other dolls. This particular body on display is the Meteor or East 59th style Integrity body, which you can identify by the larger breast size and no ankle joint. The AliExpress fashion dolls also have no ankle joint, but a very small chest. The AliExpress fashion doll bodies are very similar to Integrity bodies in weight and texture. Their finish is more matte and less shiny than Barbie Basics, but they feel a bit more fragile and slightly lighter than Barbie made-to-move bodies. They feature a chest pivot, and their hands can come off, but not as easily as Integrity doll hands. Their hands also spread out and have similar fingernail claws to Barbie Parker dolls. I'm glad the AliExpress dolls' hands come off because it makes dressing them much easier. I would say AliExpress dolls are more similar to this Barbie Parker doll. These fashion dolls are considerably cheaper. During tariffs, they ranged around $44, but without tariffs, I got mine for about $20 each. Like Barbie Parker dolls, they cannot tilt their heads up and down, but can turn them left and right. Their hands come off, as I mentioned, but with more resistance than Barbie Parker's. They don't have ankle joints, but their feet are more normal size, so they fit regular Barbie shoes, unlike Barbie Parker dolls. All other joints are quite similar. The only thing that would make this particular Barbie Parker doll better is that she has eyelashes. But that's an easy fix. I added eyelashes to this Barbie Basics doll, so it wouldn't be hard to do for the AliExpress fashion doll I call Mikka, who has curly, rooted hair. Another doll I call Rochelle has flocked hair. And there's a third with dark hair that has the same texture as that brown curly wig I mentioned earlier. I did not get her though because she looks exactly like the one with the flocked hair. For anyone who's been interested in Integrity dolls but put off by the price, these AliExpress dolls are excellent alternatives for the price. They do come naked, but AliExpress also offers some great quality clothes you can use to dress them.
If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for playing dolls with me.